We're into more handheld gaming, and there was another announcement. So we have Steam Deck, we have Logitech G Cloud, which is a pure cloud gaming device. And before I continue, I just saw the comment, Paul, I am drinking Innocent Gun right now. Cheers to your Labatt Blue. And now we have this Razer Edge, which is the Android handheld with Xbox cloud gaming. We got all the information on it. We saw sneak peeks of this. It essentially looks like the Razer Kishi with a tablet that is installed with the Razer Kishi. Even it looks like literally they just attach it to the side here. But what is this? What is this thing? Where are the specs here? Razer has pitched its latest handheld as a full-fledged mobile gaming companion, providing specifications that run all the latest titles while tapping into the growing list of cloud gaming experience. So right off the bat, I thought this was going to be more of a handheld that was going to be native gaming, but it is going to be a mobile gaming companion, I guess, that you're going to be able to play like Android games on, the top tier Android games. So you're not going to be able to download Xbox Game Pass games onto it. So right there, it's already like, meh, I have zero interest in this at all. I have zero interest in the Logitech G Cloud, and it's because I have the Steam Deck. When they come out with stuff like this, especially for the pricing, we'll get into it further. When we go over the price, we'll go over that. But anyways, it says, it all builds upon Snapdragon G3X Gen 1 gaming platform, explicitly designed with mobile gaming in mind, uniquely positioning the device as a top tier Android gaming handheld. One thing is, the Logitech G Cloud is an Android gaming handheld as well, because I believe you can download games from the Google Play Store and play them directly on the G Cloud. And how much was the G Cloud? What was it, $250 or something? I gotta remember the price of that, because that's going to be a big comparison that people are going to be doing with these two consoles. So was the G Cloud $299. I believe that's Canadian. No, that's American. So $299. So keep that in mind. G Cloud is $299, $300. The Razer Edge adopts a two-piece design with a standalone tablet. That's cool that you can take the controllers off, which separates from its Nintendo Switch Joy-Con style controls. Each Razer Edge ships with a Razer Kishi V2 Pro, a revised version of its mobile gamepad, designed to operate as the native controller for the device. The Kishi V2 Pro builds upon the existing Kishi and Razer HyperSense haptics. I never tried those, so I wonder if those are any cool. Plus a 3.5mm headphone jack. While companies like Logitech have announced a cloud-geared Android gaming handle, the Razer Edge falls closer to the Steam Deck. So it's closer to the Steam Deck. Hardware to run all games locally. However, that added 5G capability brings flexibility to stream games or take multiplayer experiences on the move. Here's the complete list of technical specifications as provided by Razer. Okay, Android 12, G3X, 128 gigabytes of storage, 5,000 milliamp battery. The battery is the biggest thing for me. Oh no, guys. Battery is the biggest thing for me that with the Steam Deck is the biggest drawback. Like if you're playing a game natively on it, you're literally getting maybe 2 hours of gameplay. But when you're actually using like Xbox Cloud Gaming, you can get the game. It's much faster, or it lasts much longer. So I'm trying to delete these spam comments at the same time of thinking. But Razer has stated it plans to launch the Razer Edge in January of 2023 with a 5G and separate Wi-Fi model planned both at the time. So one thing I'm kind of confused here about this when I'm reading through this is they're saying it falls closer to the Steam Deck and can, with hardware, to run all games locally. So can you download Game Pass games on it? Can you play these Game Pass games, and will they be able to run well compared to what we see on the Steam Deck? Because I know with the Steam Deck, I install Windows on it, use Xbox Game Pass natively, and the games, they're obviously running at lower settings, but they run well, they look good, and it works very, very well. But they're saying here that it's closer to the Steam Deck. So there's going to be the 5G and the separate Wi-Fi model. And the price is going to be $400. So it's going to be $100 less than the Logitech G Cloud. Which for me, if this is a if this is a handheld that can actually do more than just stream some big AAA games, actually download them and you can play them, why in the world would anybody want to pick up the Logitech G Cloud for $299? I feel like the G Cloud is kind of, it's placed in such a weird area, such a weird segment of the market for $299. If it was $199, that would be perfect. But $299 right now with the pre-sale, without the pre-sale, they're saying it's like $350 for something that's going to be streaming pretty much everything. I don't know. I don't think that the G Cloud is going to be able to survive very long with stuff like this coming out. But again, we don't know how well this runs games, and if you're going to have to resort to cloud gaming for the majority of the big AAA games. So I don't know, $399, and it comes out in January of 2023. Another handheld. So I guess the biggest thing here out of this is that we are seeing a lot more handheld gaming devices come out. We're seeing a lot more handheld gaming devices focus and position themselves with Xbox and Xbox Game Pass and Xbox Cloud Gaming. And it's enticing for a lot of people if you're able to play Game Pass games on a handheld, which makes you start to think, should Xbox ever bring out a handheld? Something I think a lot of people have talked about, something I think that I don't think is likely, is because you can see what Xbox is doing with partnering with all of these different companies like Razer, like Logitech, like Samsung. We saw Project Keystone leaked on Phil Spencer's desk behind him, the little streaming box, and they would rather just partner with all of these hardware companies that are going to be able to make these products and then make some sort of marketing deal where you're thinking about Xbox Game Pass and Xbox Cloud Gaming on those devices and getting you into their ecosystem that way than making their own native handheld. But if they were to make their own native handheld, I think the way to go would be the way of the Steam Deck, where you can actually natively play these games on the device. But $399, if it can actually play some bigger games downloaded from Xbox Game Pass on it, it's a pretty good deal, because I believe the Steam Deck is quite a bit more. It's hard because I always think about it in Canadian prices. My Steam Deck was like $650. So what was the American? Probably $499. You probably can get a Steam Deck for $499. It's another extra $100. But if you're trying to choose between getting this G Cloud or Steam Deck and you can afford any of them, the Steam Deck is 100% the way to go, especially with all of the customizability you can have on it. I mean, this is probably going to be, it's Android based. It's going to be locked to Android. It's probably not going to be nearly as easy to install and customize it and tinker with it as a Steam Deck is, as Valve literally came out with the Steam Deck and showed you how to kind of like mod it, replace parts, all that type of stuff. So I don't know. It's just essentially a handheld tablet, an Android tablet with the Razer Kishi controllers attached to it. Most people are going to be probably using this for cloud gaming. You could just literally buy the attachment controllers and put it on your phone. The big question is, how is this going to run games natively? That's it. I think that's the biggest question that we don't know yet, or at least I haven't seen yet. But if it's mostly cloud gaming, $399, it's so priced out. I don't know why you'd want to spend $400 on this. Maybe for some people. For me, definitely not. Definitely not something I'd be interested in whatsoever.